it's ranked the worst crash period ever.
By far, the worst one I've ever seen in my entire life.
Remember, they're traveling at about 2 football fields per second at the finish line, whether they're on the ground or in the air.
A few years ago at Memphis Park, TonySchumacher stepped into his car just like he would for any other drag race. Neither he nor his opponent, Gary Scelzi, had any idea that this race would become legendary.
You want to beat the guy no matter how often you can, and we had a pretty heavy rivalry. We actually didn't like each other.
I mean, we just butted heads. You know, we picked on each other verbally, and you know, sometimes when no one was looking a little bit physically, it's racing. It's a 4-second race. It's very mental. It's very demanding on the mind, and you have to be able to sometimes get under the skin of the other person, and we spent a lot of time trying to do that.
It's going to be a good race.
And so with bad blood to fuel them, and a championship on the line, the race was on.
You are 100% helpless. 300, 330 miles an hour. When a car breaks in half, or in that case, a wing comes off, there's nothing you can do except tuck your arms in, and I didn't even have time for that.
Thank goodness the wing came off Tony's car.
We raced side by side. I didn't know what had happened. My throttle stuck on that run. About that time, there were pieces that were flying by me, and I knew they weren't from my car. And I got out, and I didn't see Tony anywhere. So I ran over to the guardrail where everybody was, and the only thing left of Tony's car was the driver's compartment. I looked in there, and Tony was sitting there lifeless inside the car, and I got an automatic sick-to-the-stomach feeling. I thought we'd lost him. I couldn't believe that 1 second we were rivals, and the next second someone was gone.
And I think that changed the way we looked at each other.
It just made everything not so important about our rivalry, and you know, about the little games that we had played. It was just all for naught.
Tony broke his leg and suffered a serious concussion in this monster crash.
Does it make me want to not race? Absolutely not. I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the trophies. I do it for that flat love driving a race car.
You don't believe him? 2 weeks later, he was back in his race car, broken leg and